Someone might bring you into their world. It's not just chickens and the Angus herd. So take off your boots, relax, and go beyond the ranch.
Hi guys, and welcome along for another edition of Beyond the Ranch. And I got to tell you, I feel really good today. I haven't thought once about inflation or high taxes or anything bad going on in the world. I haven't thought about the energy crisis or the rise in violent crime or pollution. Or man, the world's kind of depressing. Kind of a depressing place. There's lots.
Why do you start the live stream this way?
I don't know. All right. I don't know. Hey, I'm Mike.
I'm Erin.
And Erin's a big stick in the mud. How are you guys this evening? Thanks for coming along and hanging out with us. We've got an interesting show in store for you today. We have a brand new segment that we are calling Bean's Life, and I put together a little 1-minute thing that I'm going to show you guys today. Basically, what Bean, our new dog, has been up to this week, and I can't like bombard the Wyoming Life channel with a massive amount of dog
I've
footage.
been putting her on like Instagram. It's been a few days, but I did put a lot of Bean stuff on Instagram.
Did anybody say, "Hey, come on"?
It's fine.
No.
I mean, she's time consuming, and this is what we're doing. Largely right now.
Yeah, a lot of puppy house training going on. Which we did good, and then we had a little backslide on that, and of course we had snow hit. If you've watched the webcam, you've seen snow is now here on the ranch. In fact, the day after I did the Hustler Unroller video, where I mentioned in the video that I was hoping that we would have some snow so I could do a side-by-side comparison, the very next day it snowed on us pretty dang good.
Quite a bit, yeah. We have a few inches of snow on the ground, which it's been really dry, and it's kind of nice to see some snow.
It's nice to have some moisture.
Yeah.
That's the best thing. So thanks for coming along with us once again. It's new faces here that we've seen. If this is your very first live stream, be sure to say hi and let us know that this is your first live stream, and we will be more than happy to welcome you to our little Sunday night family or adventure or whatever we have going on here. Mm-hmm. The kids are downstairs with Coco Bean today. They are dog sitting. This is the first time we've tried to do this during live stream, and we'll see how that works.
Yeah,
we'll see how long before somebody comes up and says the dog pooped or whatever else. Any bets?
I mean, you took her out right before. She's tired. I think she's gonna nap.
She's had a long day.
So she has a kennel that we're kennel training at nighttime, and when we leave the house and stuff, we did go out to dinner. It's like having a newborn again. It's like,
but you can't put a newborn in a cage and be
but you have to
we're going to dinner, have fun.
To be like,
don't pee on your towels.
Yeah, she gives peeing in her kennel. So we have left her a few times. And then at night, she's sleeping most of the night, but she's pretty much peeing in her kennel every night. But our options for tonight were have her come upstairs like we did last week, and
right.
She did sleep. I'd say there's 50-50 odds of her sleeping. She's much more naughty now, when she's awake. Or we put her in her kennel and she barks. So, Kenzie wanted to stay home and not go to Grammy's house, and so we're like, sure. And then the other kids decided they also wanted to stay home.
It is cold. It's a little windy. Yeah. There's snow on the ground. They probably don't want to walk up that far. All righty, guys. Let's take a look here. Let me scroll back a little bit. I want to see who's new and who's not. Obviously, I saw a couple first time here from Jordan Kent, South Dakota. Boy, you could hit us with a rock. I don't know if you need to watch, but that makes sense. Also, I saw another one in here somewhere. Judy Smith's mom is still loving the channel. Okay, that's cool. It is funny. I've gotten a lot of emails and stuff from people that, obviously the younger generations like us, the kids, they a little bit more, internet savvy, that kind of good stuff. So I get an email every once in a while where somebody says, that they introduced their mom or their dad to the channel, and now, they can't get them off of it.
That's great.
Their dad's just, watching. So, Judy said, yeah, my mom's 80, introduced to the channel, I'll give her a break. Yeah, so.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. We do appreciate it.
Glad she's enjoying it. Yeah, Bengal Later, we've never seen you before. Thanks for...
Yeah, I don't know who that guy is. Like Dan Wickersham, never heard of these people. If you did order from our website this week, speaking of Dan ordered 3 gift boxes. I'm guessing just for himself, so he can surprise himself 3 times from the website. Thank you very much if you have been ordering from the website. This is obviously a busy month for us with Christmas and all that kind of good stuff. Did we ever get a cutoff date when we have to, when you stop ordering from the website? It took exactly 5 minutes.
Did you?
He wanted to say hi.
No, Mackenzie wanted to come and say hi.
Puppy did.
5 minutes.
5 minutes.
Get in there.
Okay, very quickly say hi and then take her back downstairs.
Hi.
Okay, so is she growing since last week?
She's heavier.
So she went to the vet on, Monday?
Monday, yeah.
And she was 9 pounds at the vet. Now, we have a different scale, obviously, at home, but I weighed her just a few minutes ago, and she was 13 pounds. So she's gained 4 pounds.
Yeah.
Bite.
Or a different
if our
scale.
if our scales are close
We'll
by.
see. We'll weigh her next Sunday and see how much she, because now we should have weighed her on our scale at first.
We
but
probably
we
should
didn't.
have.
So, but yeah, she went to the vet Monday. She got she got a shot. She had some diarrhea. We've gotten that taken
Just for the
care of. She got dewormed. Yeah, and
You're not to do them.
She had
when
a-
she gets big.
little tiny bit of a limp, so they gave her an x-ray and just said she just probably tweaked it, roughhousing with her siblings and stuff, and her limp has pretty much gone away. So I did notice when she's really at the end of the night, if she's really tired, she'll
She'll lift it up. and
just
she'll
lift
carry
it up,
around,
but
yeah.
she doesn't limp so much.
I think she did something maybe underneath her foot, because when she's out in the snow too, she lifts it up because the cold probably.
But she
probably-
might just be a little sore still.
Maybe,
But,
maybe.
she's just roughhousing with siblings and stuff, and so yeah, she had a little limp last week, but she's
Exactly.
doing.
And she's teething.
Yeah, she's very nibbly.
So.
Yeah.
She was chewing on my hair earlier today when I was stretching.
It's fun, her personality's kind of coming out. She's goofy. She's
All
just like a
puppies are
silly
goofy.
dog.
I've never met a serious puppy.
I know.
Somebody said you're getting big, Kenzie.
I am.
I'm pretty sure they were talking about the puppy, but yeah,
And the puppy.
and the puppy.
Okay.
Don't bite.
All right. Take her downstairs.
'Kay.
Supervise her.
Get back.
Mackenzie has a lot of responsibility tonight of watching the puppy, and if she messes this up, bye, Cocoa Bean.
Pennsylvania.
Great. Now we're gonna get sued by Disney.
Thank
Yeah,
you, Mackenzie.
Good.
Goodbye, Mackenzie. Keep
Bye.
keep
Bye-bye.
an eye on her.
I will. She was snuggling with me in a chair.
Okay.
I did give her an ice cube today, baby.
Yeah, she just had one.
Yeah, she did
Yeah.
have one. She chewed on it for a little while. We also got her a few toys. And
Yeah,
some
she
other
got some
things,
more toys and we bought her toys, of course, before we got her, and then we got her a few more toys and just trying to figure out what she likes and what keeps her entertained.
Yeah, it is amazing. I did get a few emails, people asking me how much we actually paid for her, and I think we did kind of luck out. A $300 dog is a cheap dog nowadays, right?
Yeah, we paid I paid $200 for Lex. Was it $200 or $300?
I have no idea.
I don't know. That was a long time ago, but
Yeah, but I mean,
why does it matter?
I don't know. Some people are interested in how much certain dogs cost. I was looking at Great Danes, and you couldn't
They're
get a
a
Great
lot.
Dane for less than $1,500
Yeah.
for some weird reason.
Yeah,
So-
she doesn't. She's not trained. she's just from working parents, and
Yeah.
so if we'd bought a trained, she's obviously 9 weeks old. So yeah, if she was a trained working dog, it would be a much different situation.
Well, yeah, of course, yeah. But we didn't do that.
No, she's just a puppy. So
No, I need her to train me. I'm going to train her. We're going to work back and forth. We'll figure it out together.
I will say at the first few days I was like, oh, this dog is never gonna face down a cow, ever, right? She was very timid. She was very shy, and then she learned that she can move the cats around.
Yeah, she herds cats.
She's not afraid of them. I was walking back to the laundry room to feed all the cats one night, and she was following me, and she faced off 3 of them in the doorway, and she didn't move, and they all hissed and
Smacked her, yeah.
and yeah, she's not. You can definitely tell she has some herding instinct, and she's not afraid. They're all bigger than her at this point, and so she's not afraid of things that are bigger than her.
No, not at all. I can't even get cats to go where I want them to go, and she's leading them down the hallway.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, she will be a working dog, so she will help with the with moving the cows.
Yeah, and it's funny because like I've had to kind of train her on even like you got to treat them where they can go on the ranch, where they can't. She was down in the shop helping me with some, not helping me. She was running around the shop while I was working in the shop.
Exposure at this
Yeah,
point,
exactly. So so she went in the sales barn. She found more cats in the sales barn. Now these cats are wild cats. And then she ended up back in the pig pen where she got a little scared. The pigs are a little bit bigger, and I had to go back and rescue her from the pig pen. I don't know how she got in there, but I had to rescue her from there. And then so it's interesting to watch. Like you have to take her somewhere and show her how to do something, even as something as simple as walking from our yard to the shop.
Yeah, the first time she just stood at the gate.
She didn't want to do it. She just stands there. But then once you pick her up and carry her like out in the middle and put her out halfway, then she figures out that she can go here and there and make it. So it's an interesting thing.
And she's already like learning, and like potty training's not going horribly. Like with Lexi, like it's like she didn't know that she was supposed to go outside. Coco knows to go outside. Like she even a few times has like gone to the door and almost like kind of asked. We have litter boxes, of course, because we have cats, and she's super interested in those. But if you catch her and you tell her off or leave it, like she already knows that she's not supposed to be in those. She does still try and sneak when we're not watching if doors are open. But yeah, so I think training's not that it's going to be easy because it's always, you make like 2 steps forward and 1 step back, but like you can tell she's intelligent. Yeah. Don't you think?
Yeah, I think so. And just trying to figure out what her limits are and where, what she wants to do and then how to make her, move past those.
Yeah.
And push herself. And, we all have to do it. And sometimes it's easier for dogs, sometimes it's not. So we will find out. Anyway, like I was saying before Mackenzie and the dog came up, if you did order something from the website, we really do appreciate it. Hopefully you guys are starting to receive your beef jerky and your gift boxes. We did a beef jerky sale last week. We had an apparel sale before that. I'm pretty sure like the 18th is kind of like the cutoff for
I don't know what
jerky sales more than less. Have you looked at that at all?
I don't know. My watch is like freaking out. Hold on.
Okay.
I don't know what we'll keep stuff for sale on our website up, we're not going to like take the jerky off or anything, but there's going to come a point where like you're not going to get it by Christmas. I don't know what the post office is saying.
I saw a sign. It was like the 18th for priority mail or something like that. But if you order T-shirts, get those done now because the T-shirts need to be printed and then sent.
I think you might be pretty close on T-shirts, so you're not gonna, but maybe.
You can always try. So.
And we're trying to be all this week and stuff, like we will try and ship stuff more often and go to the post office more often. So if you do place a jerky order, we will we'll try and get it out within 24 to 48 hours. So.
Yeah, we've got a few that we're waiting to get pushed out the door, but it's just and it is just us, our shipping department. So you do get a little signed note from Erin usually, or me.
All right, whoever grabs them off the printer and starts writing.
And then we get them shipped off to you. So hopefully everybody enjoys their jerky, and of course we do welcome feedback and all that kind of good stuff. So if you do order something and you get it and you'd like to let us know what you think, you can actually review stuff on our website. I don't know how to do it. People have figured out how to do it. I'm not really sure. There's got to be like a write a review button or some darn thing. If you do order something, go on there and review it and let people know what you think. And you can do the little 10 stars or whatever, 5 stars, 4 stars, whatever it works.
I'm sure it's 5.
I think it's 5, yeah. WPR Jersey, there's Will, $10 for Coco.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh.
She has not eaten any toys yet, but she did chew a charging cord.
She did chew a charging cord, yeah. So
we had our first casualty this morning.
Carrie said you guys have super fast jerky shipping. It just kind of depends on where you land in there sometimes.
Sometimes yes, other times no.
It depends on what's going on. Like tomorrow we're butchering chickens.
Yeah.
So nothing's going to get sent out tomorrow probably.
No, but probably Tuesday we'll get everything sent out and caught up, and then like I said, we'll probably try and ship at least one more time, if not 2 more times before the end of the week. So we're trying to keep up with it so that you guys can get your product before Christmas. Yeah.
Exactly. So today's episode, we are just planning on one of our survey questions or answers or whatever. Said people would enjoy more Q&A type stuff, so we decided we were going to do that. Also, we were going to give you guys a little bit of an update on our schedule of what we have coming up over the next couple of weeks as we move closer and closer to Christmas. We do take a break between Christmas and into January.
Yeah, we don't have a return date figured out.
No, not yet, but we'll figure it out. I think we're doing a live stream next weekend.
Yep, it'll be the last one.
The last one before Christmas. We will have Tuesday and Friday video coming up, and then the Tuesday, the 22nd, I think it is, will be our year-end wrap-up video for our Wyoming Life, and then we are off until sometime in January.
Yeah, so we'll come back mid to late January when we feel rested and rejuvenated.
Yeah, exactly. We don't have any vacations planned or anything, but it's mostly going to be, kind of a lot of back office stuff, getting paperwork done, and I'm going to rework the website some. We're going to have a lot of, different...
Farm Store's also going to close.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that,
Yeah, we can't ship you jerky anymore.
No, unfortunately, no. We can't ship it outside the U.S.
Yeah, I don't know when Farm Store is going to come back. I had planned to come back beginning of February, and I still might, but we are pretty much out of beef. Our next round of steers don't go to the beginning of February, so it'll be the end of February when we get steers back. So I might take an even longer break for Farm Store. I don't know. We'll have lots of eggs by then.
Yeah, exactly. Scott Brum said he liked the honey jerky. It's better dipped in the honey. I guess that would be interesting. You could do that. Yeah, why not?
When I was a kid, we used to have, for school lunch, we'd have chicken nuggets and honey. Did you ever dip chicken nuggets in honey?
Well, I know you can get honey as a side at McDonald's for your chicken nuggets. Instead of like a dipping sauce? Yeah, you used to be able to. I don't know if you still can, but I remember that as a kid. I always thought it was kind of weird. I never tried it.
Oh, it's awesome. You should try
chicken
it.
and honey.
Yeah. I've never tried beef jerky and honey, though.
So why? So maybe like KFC and like honey? I mean, it's a nugget. It's chicken. So
sure,
is there like a chicken honey dish?
Well, there's honey barbecue. No, I don't know. You have to dip it yourself.
I need somebody to put this together for me. I need a honey flavored chicken. Can we just feed chickens honey?
Well, that seems
expensive. They probably all have
expensive.
diabetes then.
Yeah, that seems expensive.
Be out there with little insulin needles giving all the chickens injections. Sounds like a pain in the butt. Maybe. The Edible Prey project is amazing, and Erin's and Megan's project, yeah.
Thank you.
I don't know where that came from. Somebody must ask a question. I missed the beginning part of that.
I didn't see a question about it, but thanks.
See, there we go. Whataburger has a honey butter chicken biscuit. I would eat that. I don't know. We don't have Whataburger though.
No.
Nothing even close to it. Alrighty. So, what do you have coming up this week as we get closer to Christmas?
We're butchering chickens.
I know that.
We're not done Christmas shopping.
We're not doing Christmas shopping?
We're not done
Oh, we're
Christmas
not done.
shopping.
We're not done Christmas shopping.
Megan and I are writing a very large grant for EPP, probably Tuesday. I have a call about it on Monday.
Fun. That's about it.
I'm trying to think. I don't know.
Are you baking for Christmas?
Well, I don't know.
It's like pulling teeth here, people. Like pulling teeth.
I'm trying to get through. We got to get a bunch of these chickens.
Right.
We did some on Saturday. We need to do more tomorrow. And we need to do more probably at least another day here this week.
I should probably go get food in Belle Fourche for animals.
Yeah, you need to order. We need to order creep and whatnot.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, it's grant season. We have several grants that are kind of due. I'm reworking our basket program. And it all needs to be done by like Christmas so that because we have grants that are due right after the first of the year. But this very large grant came open last week and it's going to go fast. So we're trying to it'll probably this week. We're going to try and finalize it. So.
Interesting. Artist formerly known as Scoot, have you ever tried No Man's Land beef jerky? It's really dry like they made years ago. Yeah, it's like like hard jerky.
Have you had it?
I've seen maybe not that exact brand, but like real jerky. There's like
Isn't it
no
like really
moisture left in
thin
it.
too, and like you can almost like see through it?
I think. Well, yeah, that's one way to do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not a really big fan of the jerky that you have to like dip in water to.
Mike doesn't like things you have to chew too much. Like he doesn't like crunchy bread.
Well, that's just too much work.
You don't like hard jerky.
I'm just a lazy eater, maybe. I don't know.
You just don't like really chewy things and crunchy things. Right?
No, I don't really like croutons.
Oh man, that's like the best part of the salad.
Really?
I love
I thought the
croutons.
salad was the best part of the salad. The best part of the salad for me is actually the dressing. That's probably the best part of the salad. Not bad. Alrighty, we're gonna take you on a little side journey here, just a little bit. One of the things we talked about doing was a thing that we were gonna call Bean's Life, which we were gonna show you guys each week here on the live stream, and show you what Bean has been up to the previous week. This week's is pretty basic. It's just basically her doing what she's doing. So let's take a look. I've never had a dog before that had like the ears like that, so when she runs, they really do kind of flop, go back and
Lexi's
forth.
were kind of floppy, but they
Yeah,
were
she
bigger.
had bigger lab ears that were just kind of, just
Yeah.
laid down all the time. But we are enjoying her. Obviously, you saw her chase the cat away. That's one of
Well,
her.
that's Ginger.
That's one of her only friends.
Yeah, they play. So Ginger is one of our house cats, and they're very friendly and playful. And it's funny, Ginger's always been very like dog-like. Like this summer, like he'll follow you around outside. He'll hang out with you, like if you're working on something in the shop. And so last night you were like, "Come on, Coco, let's go outside." And Ginger comes
Ginger went to the door.
run into
Yeah.
the door. So Ginger and Bean go outside and play. So. Yeah, and they play in the house too. They're getting along the best out of all the cats.
Yeah,
And
they're doing really well.
Yeah, so.
Bean has been in the gator. She's ridden the gator a couple times. I did take her over to see the chickens. She really didn't want much to do with the chickens yet. I did introduce her to a cow, but that was just through a fence. So just kind of getting her acclimated to everything that's happening. All the different things around the ranch. The meat chickens, though, I did take her over there when I was feeding the meat chickens, and she was like, "That's too many damn chickens," and she went and hid underneath the
Well,
gator. She was like, "Nope, that's
There's 20 less of them.
yeah, too many chickens."
There'll be 30 or 40 or 50 less of them tomorrow. So,
Yeah, no doubt. Interesting deal, anyway. So tonight on the show, we're just taking some questions, a little Q&A action. If you have any questions, feel free to throw them up there, and we'd be more than happy to answer your questions for you.
Yeah.
What
what do you have going on this week?
Oh, that's what I was just trying to think. What do I have going on this week? I'm very fluid. I did see a question. Somebody asked if we had a unique work day routine. That usually go out and get all the animals taken care of first thing in the morning, and then what? I mean,
It just depends on the day.
It really does, yeah.
If it's a filming day or an editing day for you, and if I have farm store, and like what the kids have going on, what I have going on with EPP. Like I had a lot of Zoom stuff last week. You had a lot of Zoom stuff last week. So last week, I would say we didn't get as much. We got a lot accomplished, but we had like big time commitments, like spent like on Zoom and stuff. Like I had like 3 days of Zoom.
Yeah.
So yeah, just depends what the day what we need to get done.
I had a conference that I spoke at this week via Zoom, and that was one of the questions they asked me. It was like, what does your typical day look like? And, during the wintertime, it is. You go out and make sure everybody has water, you make sure everybody has food. And then it's basically whatever the biggest fire is for that day, you're just going to go out and put out that fire. You're going to go out and make sure that, what needs to be done is done, and then you can start, working on projects that may, be a little bit lower on the totem pole. So.
Yeah.
We are processing the chickens ourselves. In fact, a Tuesday video, hopefully we'll have a non-monetized video, more than likely, which kind of sucks in December, but we'll have the process of how we butcher our chickens. And did you ever put that video on Facebook?
No, I didn't. Well, maybe tomorrow we'll do that.
Okay. We have a defeatherer that looks like a giant washing machine, and we took video of it yesterday. Chicken goes in with feathers, comes out with no feathers.
Yeah.
So it's going to be pretty interesting to see.
Yeah, I think it'll be, we've had a lot of questions about what we're going to do with meat chickens, how we're going to process them and stuff. So you'll get to see how we have decided to process them. I mean, it's not overly complicated, and it's very similar to how other people process chickens. Yeah. It's, essentially got to go from a live bird with feathers to no feathers, and, the inside's cleaned out. So, yeah, we'll do that. We're going to do a bunch tomorrow. I have a Zoom call at 1, so we'll take a little break. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then, our day always, we always have to pick up the kids at school, so...
and Lincoln's not going to school now. His school is quarantined or whatever.
Yeah, his classroom had somebody tested positive that was in his classroom for COVID, so Lincoln has no more school till after the holidays, so he got to go on break a little earlier than the girls. Their last day is next Tuesday.
Yep.
So, yeah.
JB Weld, putting up a question for somebody else. Thank you very much,
Thanks.
JB. How much snow is on the ranch? I don't know. We have, 2 or 3 inches maybe now? It's hard to tell.
Just if you were here for the dog video, I mean, that's all.
Yeah, that's how much snow is here.
That's
It's,
how much snow is here.
a couple inches thick. It's not horrible.
Yeah.
Let's see. Bertram, perhaps sometimes talk about how the internet has made stuff
Made a difference.
Made a difference. So farmers have a greater connection with others. I think it's pretty much, across the world. I mean, it's the same thing that everybody deals with, where communication is so much easier in today's world. I still think that, it's a lot easier to fight with people, and it's a lot easier to tell people that they're doing stuff wrong sometimes. But it has opened up a huge path of communication for people to be able to share ideas, whether you like them or not, and be able to share. I mean, even like us. I mean, we're able to share our entire lives and allow people to live vicariously through us, and for the good or bad.
Yeah.
And it's something that wouldn't have been, there's no way you could do that without the internet.
Yeah.
Be writing a lot of letters to a lot of people.
Yeah. Well, and I remember the first time, my mom and I butchered chickens and stuff, and, I remember her being I don't know if we're doing this right, and, I mean, I still feel like that often, but then, I could watch a video and see how somebody else did it, and not that they're doing it right either, but I'd be like, well, I can do it that way, too.
Mm-hmm. Do we have our own way of butchering chickens?
Not really.
We're just kind of doing it the way that everybody else would do it.
Yeah, I mean...
There's really not anything different you could do.
You gotta pull out some stuff from the top end. You gotta pull out some stuff from the bottom end. I mean, it's all gotta get cleaned out.
It does. I got to tell you, we butchered chickens on Saturday. We did 20 chickens in a couple hours. It wasn't horrible, but I wasn't really feeling that great anyway, and the smell did start to get to me. I was like, ugh, just not nauseous, but just kind of ugh, it's just, I don't want to be here anymore.
Well, and I think the first time the weather was nicer, so we had the walk-in door open at the shop.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
And then it was cold on Saturday. It was snowing, so yeah, if then we had all the doors closed, and
yeah,
that
might have had something to do.
I mean,
with
it's not the most pleasant thing, and it definitely when you cut them open and stuff, I mean, there's a smell that comes out. So
yeah, I smell it as soon as they're dead.
Yeah,
just that, and they go into their defeather, and the scalder thing kind of has a smell to it.
Has a smell too. Yeah,
So,
it kind of all has different smells along the way, but none of it's real pleasant. The chickens are Cornish cross. You do put them upside down to let them bleed out. You guys will get to see all this on Tuesday. And then Dennis wants to know if the chicken insides are given to the pigs. No. At this point, you've just been putting it in the incinerator.
Yeah. I
know you can feed them. We gave the cats some necks and stuff, and some feet. They didn't eat the feet. The barn cats didn't.
No.
I know people do feed the chicken insides to the pigs. I sometimes just No, I think no.
Erin, easy, good question there. Moving the bunny this time. Erin,
Yeah, I did
you
move
did
him.
move the bunny. Yeah, doesn't have to witness all that.
I think he could still see. I just moved him a little further away.
It is a different thing. It's something that we haven't done before this year.
It
And,
went a lot smoother. This was like our second time though, and like it was faster and like.
Yeah, we practiced this time. Unlike I did with the Hustler bale feeder in the video that I put out on Friday, we practiced this a couple times so I don't look like a complete idiot. But
You've been using the bale feeder. Sometimes things just don't go the way you.
sometimes I
planned.
don't. But yeah, I could. Never mind.
You could have just edited it.
I could have
out.
just went and redid it and like, oh, it worked perfectly. But instead, I left a screw up in the video. So
Yeah.
just for kicks
Well,
and
it's
grins.
just like real life. Like
is
I'm
real
sure
life,
like
isn't
some things will go wrong when we butcher chickens. Like doesn't always all go right. So
Exactly.
does the shop still smell?
No.
No.
No. I
No,
don't think
and
so.
we come in and all our clothes get washed and we both have showers and
Yeah, I'm at the messy end, so I end up with poop.
well you had to bring me a new sweatshirt too.
I did. You got pooped on a little
We had
bit.
some fountains.
Yeah. It's always interesting.
The pigs are good. They're just doing pig stuff.
Yeah. We can't get them into the processor yet. So
No.
we have a bunch of pigs that are big and fat and ready to go, but they're just hanging out,
Yeah.
getting fatter. Trying not to let them eat too much, but they're going to
Yeah.
need more food here.
Yeah, you're gonna call tomorrow and get some food ordered. We gotta get creep ordered and more pig food.
Yep.
So,
It's always something. The Vicks thing, you can use the Vicks thing. I've
you
heard
don't
of
like
that.
Vicks though.
Well, it's not. Yeah, well, I don't know what smells better, Vicks or dead chicken, but who knows?
Well, you can try that on tomorrow.
Yeah,
I guess.
little CSI. They put it underneath your nose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a horrible smell. It's not pleasant though.
No, it's not the best thing in the world.
It's not the worst. It's not the worst thing I've ever smelled.
Do you feel like after butchering chickens for quite a while, do you feel like going and having chicken? We haven't ate one of our own chickens
No, we
yet.
haven't eaten one of our own chickens yet. Yeah, pigs can be too big to harvest. You're just gonna get more fat. We haven't eaten one of our own chickens. Not that I'm opposed to it. I just honestly keep forgetting to take one out of the freezer. We've had chicken. We're gonna have chicken tonight.
Our chicken?
Not our chicken.
Oh.
No.
Why are we eating our own chicken?
Because I have some chicken breasts in the freezer that I'm trying to use up.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, we haven't eaten one of ours. It was on my list of things to make for the week, so I just need to take one out of the freezer. I have a hard time, I feel like it needs to go in the freezer. I have a hard time just taking one fresh and putting it in the fridge. Mm-hmm. That seems weird.
Yeah.
I don't know. Are you gonna have a problem eating one?
I don't know how you're gonna cook it. You gonna put honey on it?
No.
Can we slather it in honey?
No, I was just gonna roast
Like
it.
a honey baked chicken? They make honey baked ham. Why do they have a honey baked chicken?
Well, because probably the honey will burn.
Oh. Well.
Sorry.
Cat Lockhart yelled, "No, don't cut the bale until it's in the tray."
Some of the bales are just really,
They're
they're
really-
not bale
So
grade.
the problem, and I explained this in the comments on that video because I got tons of emails and everything else about it because everybody likes to point out things. But the problem was that when I backed up to that second bale, it wasn't lined up exactly right. So after I got rid of the first bale, when I lifted up the second bale to put it onto the tray, it was shifted over a little bit, so it was hitting the frame of the where the table is. So that table, I had to move the bale back, and then if you look at the video, you can actually see there's a little editing in there because I didn't show where I had it laying down, and I cut a portion of the net wrap before I lifted it back up.
We should have left that in.
Well, because long video, but anyway, I lifted it back up. Then you would see that you can see where the bale is already cut when I go out to cut it. I finished cutting the bale. Because I couldn't cut the whole thing because of the way it was sitting in the thing. And then that's when it started to fall apart. I couldn't set it back down and re-grab it because I had cows around all over me and they would have just pushed that bale away. So it was just a weird thing, that just happens. So I decided to leave it in. It is what it is.
Why does it matter? Ultimately, the cow's got a bale of food, so.
Yeah, that's the whole point.
Who
That was my whole
cares?
point. And I got a lot of excuses, or you'll learn someday and all this other kind of stuff. But like I did say in the video, like the table caught most of the hay. I was able to still move it over to the other cows and still feed it. So it all works out. Alrighty. Thanks for the chat. Such a pleasure to participate. Well, thank you. What else do we have going on over Christmas?
I don't know.
I'm trying to think here.
I mean, we're going to do Christmas stuff.
Yeah, we don't have a tree yet.
Well, no, you broke the tree.
I didn't break the tree. The tree was broken apparently when it got put up here.
No.
Yeah.
No.
You didn't bring it up. I brought it up.
I thought you ran into the wall and broke the switch.
No.
Well, how did the leg break?
It was broken when I picked it up here and when I brought it downstairs.
I heard you crash into the wall. Are you sure?
No, it was broken up here. I'm pretty sure. Anyway, you know how a tree has the 4 legs on the bottom? One of the legs was broken, so we tried to glue it. That didn't work. And then there was a little switch that was there that then it got messed up and
That's fine.
doesn't work. So anyway, we got a new tree on the way, so we should have a tree by Christmas.
Yeah, we'll have a tree.
Okay, good
It'll
deal.
be fine.
Keeping any calves to replace outgoing empties? Not at this point. Prices as they are, I don't know if we're going to have to keep back anything.
You guys will see in January kind of what our plan is.
Yeah, who knows? Because we do have to keep back steers
Yeah.
to replenish freezers.
Yeah, I mean, and the thing is like we need to replenish those cows, but like we don't have hay, so I mean, it's a tough situation.
Yeah, exactly.
So.
Any calves that we keep back, obviously we have to feed. Hay is very tight.
Yeah.
The cows are still grazing up in that pasture. I was actually, yesterday, I fed them right down here in front of the webcam. If you watch the webcam, I fed them right in front of the webcam just for kicks and grins. They were all back anyway because of the snow, and they're all babies, so they all came running in. But today I did take a bale and took them back to the hayfield where I want them to be.
And they went and
they all went.
grazed.
Yeah, and they're all back there. They all grazed. So
Yeah.
I was actually kind of pleased with myself. I walked by and I was like, I looked up there and there's a bunch of cows. Like, hey, they're doing what they're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Oddly enough, that doesn't happen very often.
On your meat chickens, are you keeping them in ice water for 48 hours before you freeze them? No. We are keeping them until they're cool to 45 degrees, and then they're going in the freezer. I have done lots of research, and I decided that was the best route for us.
What's the point?
Well, this comment says cut down on the yuck of the chicken and taste better. They should taste fine straight into the freezer. I mean, they are being cooled, for food safety procedures so that they can freeze faster. But we don't need them to absorb a bunch of water. You don't want to be buying a bunch of water, and they just need to be cooled enough to go into the freezer. So.
Will the meat absorb water as they sit in there?
Yeah, and I don't want to be selling water.
So you'd probably get like a moister chicken when you cook it?
No, you get a chicken that's full of water. Full of other chicken water. I mean, no.
It would be chicken water, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I mean, because that tank, like when we I sanitize everything, and we put them in ice water, and so we're using a stock tank that we bought specifically for this project and stuff, and it's got bloody chicken water in it. Yeah, I mean, I know some people do that, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. It was just not the route that we decided to go. Plenty of people, lots of research showed, as long as they're cooled to 45 degrees, they can go in the freezer. So cool. I don't have time to be messing around for 48 hours. I don't need to have a cat that gets in them. Like,
that would probably
with
happen.
plenty of ice, they cool down very quickly, and that's just what works best for us. So yeah, once they're 45 degrees, they're in the freezer.
Very cool. Wendy, I noticed that you ordered beef jerky for your brother. Her brother got the beef jerky.
Oh, good.
She had a note in there, and I'm sure she doesn't mind if I say this, but she had a note that she had us include that basically said, that her brother could share it with whoever he'd like to share it with. Apparently, he's not sharing it with anybody.
Oh.
So it's all his, which
Good
is
for
great.
him.
Yeah, why not? Save that stuff. It's good stuff.
Yeah, if you guys notice, the tree comment stuff, I never put our tree up until about 2 weeks before.
Yeah.
I love to have the house decorated for Christmas. I don't enjoy the clutter and stuff of it, and so I have a very short time frame that I can deal with it. All of our decorations are up. We did that Friday. We also have several cats and a new puppy and stuff, and so it's
the tree
fine.
might not live through her.
I ordered one off of Amazon. It'll be here before Christmas. We'll put it up as soon as it comes. It'll probably stay up for maybe a week. It's going to be a disaster.
I did go to Home Depot today. They had a bunch of trees.
Yeah, well, I looked on Walmart. They didn't have hardly anything, and I wanted a few things specific.
Specifically.
So, more than anything, I wanted a tree that does white lights or multicolor lights because the kids do like to change it, and like Walmart didn't have any of those, and I guess I didn't think about Home Depot.
Yeah.
Do they really have a lot of trees, or they just had a lot
I saw
of trees
people
on
buying
display?
trees. So, I don't know.
Ours will be here soon.
Exactly.
Soon enough. It'll be fine.
Solar Power Farm said your winter feed plan is pretty good. Thanks for sharing. Is hay easy to get in your area if you need more?
Yeah.
It is. I mean, if you want to pay for it, you can pretty much get it.
Yeah.
We did have a year, I can't remember if it was it wasn't last year, maybe it was the year before. We ended up buying some hay in January, remember that? Mm-hmm. And it was $185 a ton or whatever. It was
no,
over
it
200.
was like April or something.
Was it that late?
It was late, yeah. It was like, oh, we need a little bit more.
Oh, but it was expensive. I know that. Yeah, you're going to pay as you move into the springtime.
Yeah.
Throughout winter. So, yeah, it's going to get more expensive as you go. Let's see. No more rotating tree? Gosh, people know way too much about us. Did you get another
I bought a rotating stand.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Or may or may not. But it does help keep the cats out.
I mentioned to a friend of mine that we were getting a new tree, and I told him that it was a rotating tree. And apparently this is a weird thing. Is this a weird thing you do? The rotating
Well, I mean,
tree?
I didn't do it. You were the one that bought the last tree.
Oh, really? Okay, it's a weird thing I did. You probably thought it was crazy when I brought it home.
I did, but it does help keep the cats out.
Yeah, they can't jump in a tree that's moving.
The tree itself doesn't rotate, but I did buy a rotating tree stand that you can put the tree in. So.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool. Prevalent grasses in the pastures, mostly crusted wheats, brome, and some alfalfa.
Timothy.
So, what's that?
Timothy.
Some Timothy,
needle.
yeah. I mean, it's kind of, it's
There's
a
a
natural,
lot.
it's a pasture grass. So it's kind of a variety of everything. But
Yeah.
it is funny because different years you see different things grow, obviously based on the amount of rain that you get and the sunshine and the temperatures and all that kind of good stuff. So different stuff grows at different times and different years. We may see lots of brome one year and then we don't see any of it. Crested wheat is about the only thing that we do see year in and year out.
And alfalfa.
And alfalfa, yeah. So it's interesting anyway. There's so much to it that I never would have thought coming into it. When we had, a few years ago, we had the University of Wyoming come up and they did a rangeland management
That
class.
was like several years
That was
ago.
10 years ago, you think?
Yeah, a long time ago.
They came up and did it, and I learned a lot during that class and how things work and the different types of grasses and all that kind of good stuff. So, Bingulator's jackalopes out of focus.
And he's over there.
Yeah, he's still there. Not out of focus. He's actually out of the screen.
So you just move the camera around once in a while.
Why did I move the camera this week? I don't remember.
Because of your Zoom thing that you had to do.
Oh yeah, that's right. All right.
I just saw some rounds in Washington advertised for $50 a bale, $50 a bale. Wonder what a truck even costs. $4.50 a loaded mile.
Yeah, $4.50 a mile. About what we got. It's crazy, insane. What happened to the summer cowboy hat? It's actually, I think it's downstairs. It got blood on it, so I decided to put it off to the side.
Yeah.
Basically.
It's just downstairs.
All right, rolling right along here. Any plans to have the Welkers or Minnesota Millinois Farmer on your channel? I've met both of them. Zach's been here. We didn't make a video together. We just kind of hung out and BS'd for a while. Nick and I hung out in California.
You talked to him on the phone. The kids took the dog out.
Nick and I actually grew up just miles from each other, oddly enough, in Montana. So I get along with all these guys. We just don't really ever connect.
And we think about it. We're like, oh, we should go up and Welker's far from us though. Like it's a ways up to where they're at in Montana, and Zach's far away in Minnesota and stuff too. And as you guys see, we don't really get away from the ranch very often.
Yeah.
So, I mean, maybe there's no plans right now.
Yeah.
Right?
None. Not at this point.
But, behind the scenes, you guys do chat occasionally, and yeah. I don't know.
It's interesting, that's for sure. All right, let's answer a few more questions, and we've got something serious to talk about here for a little bit. Oh, yeah, I can never pronounce this. Makaiwa?
I don't know where
57,
you're at.
Aloha from Hawaii.
Oh.
I send beef jerky to Hawaii.
That's cool.
Yeah, isn't that cool? I like that idea. Is it possible and affordable to get water into the hayfields if you graze the same way next winter? So the big problem that we have here is with irrigation. Water is actually controlled by the state. Anything over one.
No, not irrigation. Stock tank. I'm assuming that's like stock tank water.
Oh, we could
if
be
you
talking.
graze the
Yeah,
same
for
way.
grazing. We could. I mean, we could haul water.
Hopefully we don't ever have to graze the hayfields again, though. It's
Well,
not
hopefully not. And a lot of the hayfields do have water in
Yes.
them. The only one that doesn't is that 160-acre field, which we're just moving them around with feed every day, and it seems to be working. So.
Yep, and they go drink, and they're fine to walk. Angus walk. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, exactly.
JB, yeah, you're right. I mean, we take a few trips a year, but we like being here too. So it's okay.
Yeah, if I'm gone for too long, I start to
I
twitch.
miss it. Yeah,
How's the farm store doing, Erin?
that's fine. Sold a lot of beef.
Sold a lot of beef. Bull Rider asked what part of Montana. I was actually lived up and down the High Line mostly, Kalispell all the way over to Glasgow, almost, quite a ways. We moved a lot. Instapot.
I
Are
don't
you using the Instapot at all?
I make eggs in it.
You boil eggs in it.
Yeah.
It works great for eggs.
Yeah.
I like it for eggs.
It's not my favorite thing in the world, but
The Instapot's not your favorite thing, or eggs aren't your favorite thing?
I mean both.
You don't like boiled eggs, do you? Why don't you like boiled eggs?
They're not good.
They are good.
Ugh.
Of course, people think that livers and kidneys and stuff like that are good too. So
Yeah, they're just not my favorite.
yeah, no doubt. Alrighty, guys. So we're gonna kind of move off here and talk about something that's actually pretty important. Over the past couple weeks, we have been working on a project with a friend of ours, Todd Brewer, and we showed a bunch of pictures, which I don't have here.
You moved on. They're all
But
over there.
Todd is a photographer in Alaska, and we started a project with him a couple weeks ago where he was coming up with a new collection of prints and photographs, all having to do with bears. Originally, he was going to call it the Skid Mark Collection, and we decided that maybe he would like, and actually he came to me with the idea and said, hey, can we take it on live stream and have people submit ideas for the name of the collection, and I'll give away one of the collections to somebody, whoever comes up with the best name. Basically, all of that has stopped. Todd actually passed away this last week due to COVID. He had COVID-19. I talked to him right before Thanksgiving, and he told me that he had COVID, and he passed away less than a week later. So that whole thing has actually been kind of put on hold, but I did want to put together a little something for him and for you guys as a little bit of tribute to Todd himself. So let's play that. Hi guys, it's with great sadness and heavy heart that I have to tell you that our friend, a friend of mine and a friend of the channel's, Todd Brewer, has recently passed away. Todd was 52 years old. He was a school bus driver in Seward, Alaska, and he was obviously loved by his community and the kids that he got to know over the last decade. Todd was also a photographer, and over the past few weeks, we've been working with Todd to name his newest collection of photographs. A collection of bear encounters that he managed to catch on film over the past few years. I first talked to Todd a couple years ago when he sent us prints for our new studio and offices that we had built in our attic. We have proudly displayed his photography not only in our offices, but in the original farmhouse as well, and we've been proud to share his artwork with our guests to the Airbnb and to the ranch. While I never did meet Todd in person, I did have the opportunity to speak with him over the phone and computer extensively about his new project. I think that in each photo in his collection, they were all very special to him, and each one had a wonderful story to go along with it.
But it's not really what I would call one of my close encounters.
Right.
And I've got another one. I don't know if I gave it to you in a larger format. I call it Homeland Security. That bear scared the living wits out of me.
Oh, no kidding.
He basically came up behind me while I was photographing the bear that I called No Fear.
Mm-hmm.
And I just turned around and there he was.
Oh my gosh.
That was not a good day.
Todd wanted our subscribers, people just like him, people who are passionate about agriculture and Wyoming and what we do to help name his collection. We received a number of name suggestions, including Focused, Terror in the Wilderness, Grin and Bear It, Bare Necessities, and A Bearable Life, along with many, many more. We sent all of your suggestions on to Todd. Unfortunately, his illness did not give him the time to choose a winner or a name for his new collection. Here in the shop, I've got the project list. It's a list of things that need done here and around the ranch. Eventually, all jobs get done. We work through them slowly at times, but we know that everything will eventually be completed and marked off this list. But we started a project that I don't think we're ever going to be able to finish. With Todd gone, we'll never know what name he would have chosen for his collection, or even really what pictures he had picked to go in it. Therefore, there's now one project that will live on forever on the board, incomplete. Todd's photo collection. So it's not much, but it's a way to allow a man that loved our channel, that loved our Wyoming Life enough to share his life with us. It's a way to honor him. Honestly, it's probably the very least we can do. Todd, thank you for leaving your pictures behind as you head into the next life. Show no fear. Thanks, bud.
There's one I call No Fear. That's spelled K-N-O-W. Yeah.
That's that one. Yep.
I shook for 2 hours after I took that picture.
I could only imagine here that might be. See, that one looks like you just ran into it on the sidewalk. Like, holy crap. What?
That's actually a boardwalk on the Russian River.
Oh, wow.
And I was down there for the express purpose of taking bear pictures. And I got tired of it, so I started walking to try to get a picture of a different bear, because that area would just be teeming with bears. And him and his sibling decided to jump up and cross the boardwalk right in front of me.
Oh my gosh.
About 10 minutes later, I decided, well, those two had gone over to the Russian, or the Kenai River from there, because where I was taking pictures is real close to the confluence of the Kenai River and the Russian River. And they ran over to the Russian River, or the Kenai River, and they got bored over there, so they doubled back and crossed back to the Russian River at a different place.
Oh my gosh.
Well, I just happened to be walking back down the boardwalk the other direction, and we have these big ferns that are called ostrich ferns, because they look like the tails of an ostrich.
Okay.
Those bears walked down in front of me, 10 feet in front of me.
Oh my gosh.
And the only thing I could do, I took one quick step back and one step to the side, stepped behind a tree. and that way they didn't see me.
Wow. That's great.
But I was kind of proud of myself for not messing my pants.
Perfect. All right. Well, I will talk to you on Sunday then.
Okay, sounds good.
All right.
See you
Thanks,
then.
Todd. Bye-bye. So the bad part is that Todd really didn't have any family. His obituary listed a brother named Tim Brewer that we weren't able to locate. So as far as I know, up at this point, that's all there is to it. I mean, we don't have his pictures. We don't have his collection. I do have some pictures that he sent me over the last few years. But yeah, we don't really know what's going to happen with that whole situation.
He doesn't have a website, and he wasn't set up with like a third-party printer or something where like orders would still be fulfilled or anything. Right. So, yeah, we don't have any answers really as to what will happen.
As far as I know, he like I said, he caught COVID. He went in the hospital as soon as he went on a ventilator, and he never woke up after that point. So. Yeah. Kind of a crappy deal. But I can tell you that there is a GoFundMe account that is set up. Matt's going to throw up a link for it This account was set up while he was in the hospital to help pay some of his bills and stuff like that while he was there. Now it's kind of shifted gears, and it's going to take care of his bills, obviously, and funeral costs and all that kind of good stuff. If you would like to donate to that GoFundMe account, you can still do so. Matt's going to throw up a link for that, and we're going to kind of try to keep in touch with friends that he had in Alaska. Todd was actually originally from Wyoming and grew up in Casper and then ended up moving up there. So
yeah, so just community members and his friends are going to be handling the funeral services, and there is a service planned, and that GoFundMe will help to cover those expenses. So if you're so inclined, thank you.
Alrighty, guys, we're going to wrap things up for tonight. We're going to go downstairs and check on the kids and the dog.
They were running around.
And there's all kinds of commotion going on down there. And we're going to see if our homeowner's insurance covers this. Thank you very much, guys, for being with us today. I know it's kind of a bummer and a bad way to end things, but it's something that I felt that needed done. It's very much true that everybody has a story. And, we were just happy to be, a part of his. And
wash your hands.
Wash your hands.
Social distance.
Yeah, exactly.
Please, yeah.
So thank you, guys. We'll see you on Tuesday as we kind of take you guys through how we butcher chickens and all that kind of good stuff. Friday, I have no idea what's coming. Next week, we will have our last live stream of the year, and then of course our year-end wrap-up will be coming soon after that. So thank you guys very much. If you are able to go to that GoFundMe and donate to Todd and his cause, then thank you very much for doing that. We do appreciate it, and we will see you guys again.